You join me in Liverpool, which is an amazing place to come and visit. Yes, the very fabric of the entire city is built on the Beatles, but there are amazing things to do besides that. At one point, it was the second richest city in the whole world, mainly for quite dark reasons, which we won't get too bogged down into. I've never done so many different things on one trip, but we do arrive in the middle of a storm, so it's a bit of a disjointed start. Please bear with me on that. Hopefully, you'll come with me on this trip. Are you up for it? Well, great. Let's start it back at the beginning then. Back at the station.
I know it's like a wood walk, you never get away with it. Yeah, there's actually quite a few bits. Like, I'm always like,
Customers are reminded not to run when boarding trains.
If you were to ask any British person what the best thing is about living on this amazing little island, literally none of them would say the rail network. Our forefathers actually gifted us a hell of a railway network, but we've managed to mismanage and misfund it into submission. Now, if you want to travel around the country, the train is only mildly quicker than walking and mildly less expensive than getting a cab. This is scheduled to take just over 2 hours, and it was, hold your breath, £180 return, which isn't the cheapest it can be, but it sure as hell isn't the most expensive. Hilariously, we've actually got premium seats because they were 20 quid cheaper than normal. I know, it's baffling.
Captain 2 on the 10:39.
And boom, we're in Liverpool. It's quite windy because the tail of a storm is passing through, but apparently it's going to clear up. The train was 10 minutes late, and as we pulled in, they put an announcement out saying, the train's only 10 minutes late, like it was a great achievement on their part. God forbid you actually get what you pay for on British Railways. There's our hotel over there, the Ibis Styles. You can see it's a bit Beatles themed. That's because we're staying in the Cavern Quarter. I'll come on to what the Cavern Quarter is, but the Beatles are a big deal here. Oh, thank you. And the room was ready 3 hours early. Let me spin you round and we'll take a look. Everything is Ferry Beatles themed in the hotel because, like I say, we're in the Cavern Quarter. We will come on to all of that. So, yeah, if you don't know who those guys are, they are the Beatles. If I need to explain it, then this is going to be a long video, I promise you. Bed, that's what we pay for. This is all very nice. I will tell you the price at the end. We've got sewing kit, dental, shaving kit, all the usual facilities, no fridge or minibar, but that's fine. Cuck chair, wardrobe, which iron and ironing board and a hairdryer, much needed. That's all fine. I mean, it's a little bit tired in places, but it's okay. It's okay. It's an Ibis Styles, you know. It's not first floor out onto the road if you care about that. And then the bathroom looks like one of these pod bathrooms, so okay, yeah, like one of the sort of like a cheap cruise ship type thing. Oh, nice. And for all of this Beatles themed Ibis style luxury, it was £95 a night, and we're here for 2 nights. £95 a night in the midweek in March, and this is absolutely fine. I mean, I probably wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. If you booked it for your honeymoon, then I don't think the marriage would last long, but just for a couple of nights away in the city, it's fine. And behold, the Cavern Quarter. So this is the Cavern Quarter. What the hell is the Cavern Quarter? Well, it's a party-loving part of Liverpool with a load of Irish bars and music bars, which, to be honest, are a little bit of a tourist trap, and it gets its name from the famous Cavern Club, which is where hundreds of really famous musicians played in their early days, most famous of which, the Beatles. They did hundreds of gigs there while they were learning their trade. Now, I don't want this post to take too much time on music and the Beatles, but it's a big deal in Liverpool. It would be like going to Egypt and not talking about the ancient Egyptians. There's a Beatles bar there, and then the Cavern Club has become such a brand. There's a Cavern restaurant and a Cavern pub as well. And then this is the Wall of Fame. Every brick has got a different band or musician on it. All of them have played at the Cavern Club over the years. Oasis, Queen, the Kinks, Judas Priest. They're all on there. Zombies, wow. And this is apparently the original entrance to the Cavern Club. The actual entrance to it now is up here. Copyright is going to be a problem here, isn't it? The live lounge opens up in the evening. Well, that's going to be a nightmare edit, because when it comes to copyright, no one in the world is more litigious than the Beatles. But I did just want to pop in there to show it you during the day. You have to pay either £6 to get in for a single entry or £8.50 to come and go through the day. We will be back there in the evening so you can see it then. Now, I did want to go up that, not the open top bus, but the tower there, the Radio City Tower, or St John's Beacon to give it its proper name, which sounds a bit disgusting, but it's now shut to the public. I have been up it before and I really enjoyed it, but long story short, they redid the fire regs on it and saw that no more than 40 people should be up there for it to be safe. Yeah, so they were really quite literally playing with fire for many years, so 40 people is not enough for either the restaurant or the viewing platform to be fireable. So we're going to go up the Liver building instead over there. It is so windy, filming anything is a nightmare, but it's not exactly like working down a coal mine. Let me spin you round and I'll show you what's going on. That is the Port of Liverpool building. The Port of Liverpool used to make a fortune back in the olden days. That's the Cunard building, Cunard the shipping company, and this is the Liver building, which was an insurance company, and we are going all the way to the top, but we have to do it by guided tour. So yeah, let's all hold hands. God, it's windy! I thought it would be bigger than that. What you're about to see cost me £18.50.
Okay guys, just say
of health and safety to make sure you all have a safe and enjoyable time.
Wow, hey.
you all enjoy the views. If you'd like to have a little gander over, you'll be able to see our river Mersey. Now our river Mersey is 70 miles long. Started up June 1911 at 1:40 p.m. The exact time.
The clock faces are bigger than Big Ben's and they weigh 15 tonnes each. I have a feeling your arse is going to get a starring role now as we go. No, you would have done some squats. So this is the inside of the clock tower within the Liver building. The river is just down there. These are all projections, and we've just had a projection show of the history of Liverpool, which featured the Beatles. Of course it did. They are and always have been electronically driven clocks, so all of the workings are a little bit underwhelming. Oh wow! Oh, look at that! There we go. Oh my goodness. It is breezy.
It is.
windy. Oh my god. Oh look, you can go up even further to the bird itself, but don't get excited, we are not. It's very breezy, but it's a very enjoyable tour. I don't normally like tours, I've probably told you that about 4 times already.
Can you imagine what it's like when it's snowing?
Well, that was fantastic, £18.50 and just over an hour. Really, really interesting. I won't ruin any of the surprises, but there are quite a lot of steps. If you're going to do it, make sure you can go up steps. A couple of the people who paid their £18.50 couldn't go up steps, and yeah, their day finished early. The wind, will the wind ever end? Oh. Now you and me are going to go for a romantic drink and hopefully see the sunset from a sky bar. Yes, Liverpool have a sky bar. Well, actually, it's got 2 sky bars, and the first one is up there. And hilariously, it's a restaurant and sky bar in collaboration with a celebrity chef who's a little bit problematic these days, yet somehow his name's all over it. See if you can guess who it is. And while you're thinking, please, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Go hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button straight away now, and leave a comment as and when the mood takes you. The 360 sky bar with Gino De Campo. Yep, hold tight, Americans, I will explain all. Now this one's on the 18th floor. Don't laugh, Americans, that's quite high over here, but there's another sky bar next door which is on the 34th floor, so if we can, we'll try and get into there as well.
Going down.
I made a reservation, but they don't seem at all bothered about me being here. I think this will probably be us if we don't want to invade anyone else's privacy. He looks like he's working his magic on that lady. And in the other sky bar is Panoramic 34, which is up there. But we're in Gino De Campo's spot at the moment. Well, to this Londoner, £6.70 for a pint seems very reasonable, and I'm sure there's northerners passing out as they watch this. Oh, hello, I think someone just went outside. Oh my god, we can! Oh, wow. We're outside, ladies and gentlemen. I better tie you to my wrist, hang on. I promised you a sunset, didn't I? I said we will go for a romantic drink and enjoy the sunset, and we are. This is quite solid. I can't go over the edge, but you might be able to. I don't know what that looked like. I left my pint unattended and it's still here and there's nothing in the bottom. So, yeah, by Liverpool standards, that's pretty good. Right, I do need to be a little bit discreet because we are in his gaff, but I'm aware that a lot of you don't know who Gino De Campo is. A lot of you do know. If you're British, you couldn't have avoided the guy for the last 20 years. He's been all over the daytime television, but he is a celebrity chef. Before that, he was a burglar. He burgled Paul Young's house, got caught and did 2 years inside of 1998, but that was his past. We're worrying about his present, which again isn't that good either. He was the darling of daytime television. He's Italian, really Italian. He dials that up to 11 for the cameras, but the last few years it turns out he's a bit of a scumbag. All sorts of allegations have been made against him, and for the benefit of keeping this video up, they are just allegations. Gino denies all of them, but all of his television shows got pulled. He can't get work anywhere, and shows that he has made aren't going to air. Yeah, there's been a lot of allegations from a lot of women and people he's worked with. We will leave it there for the sake of this. Gino De Campo. There you go. I never thought that I would have to give an explainer on that guy in one of my videos, but we're in his bar, so that's who he is. Hopefully he doesn't come and throw me out the window, because I'd have about 30 seconds to think about him on the way down if he did. I would have happily had another drink and I could have done with getting a snack, but I didn't want to spend any more money than I needed to up there because of the allegations. We really are living in the sky on this trip. There's the Liver building. We were up above that clock face earlier, if you remember that, and then down there, that's where we were a few moments ago. So there's a restaurant as well, which isn't particularly busy, but I don't know what time it opens. It's a little bit tired, but if you get up close. If someone's charging £7.50 for a bottle of beer, then I'm having an old-fashioned at £13 instead. I caved in and got a £7 bottle because if I got another old-fashioned, I'd be anybody's. Panoramic 34 then. Yeah, it's okay. It's as high as you can get in Liverpool. So if you want to come to Liverpool and get high, like all of the no, grow up, that's a bad joke, then yeah, that's where you want to be. Could do with, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Well, those are the two Liverpool sky bars if you're visiting the city and trying to woo someone with drinking at height. I haven't had anything to eat. I've walked out and there's literally an Italian here, so we're going to go in. We're not going to overthink it. I don't know what this place is. Let's see what goes down, as the kids would say.
Old.
20 quid for a beer and a burger, food 7 out of 10, service 10 out of 10. Very solid, but I wouldn't come to Liverpool especially for it. Oh, someone has messaged me on Instagram about this place. Hello.
You okay?
Yes, all is well. Hello, sir. Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh, mate, lovely. Like.
So they brand the oranges with a blowtorch and it's brand it, and then they end up in the drink. So there is a cigar sampling room in there. Okay, sit rep. These are the Puffin Rooms. I'm in the toilet. There's a cigar sampling room. That's sort of a bit of a legal loophole that we won't get into now. A musician is about to start. They've got a hell of a whiskey list. Unbelievable cocktails. There we go, good. I said I liked it smoky. I said, and that is
very smoky.
Absolutely brilliant. God knows how much it cost. You've got good riddance time of your life here, but if you play that, then I might end up crying.
Okay, well, somebody has to cry. I've not done my job.
I love you, you hurt me so. Losing the change, it is on the ring.
The Puffin Rooms Liverpool, I'm going to say this, must visit. There's live music every single night of the week, which isn't the Beatles, which is a rare thing in Liverpool. They've got a cigar sampling room, smoking room. We won't go into that, the legal loophole there, but if you're into that, then they've got that. The most amazing old fashions going. It's brilliant. The Puffin Rooms. There you go, you're getting some travel advice on this channel. Don't get used to it. I do beg your pardon, old fashions hovered around £14 each and beers about 6 or 7 quid. Okay, the Cavern Quarter on an evening. Here we go. So I showed you the Cavern Club at 1 PM. This is it at about 11 PM. And it's not that much more exciting, to be fair. Being a musician at the Cavern Club is the most thankless of thankless tasks. You just have to repeatedly play the Beatles to endless different changing audiences of tourists. There are no regulars, there is no culture, it's just a tourist trap.
Now, my voice can't do any Freddie from the 70s. I can't do any Freddie from the 80s or the 90s.
By walking out there in 100 yards, I've walked past 3 other bars with live bands on. This is the Cavern Quarter, live music, tourist trap. To be brutally honest, I'm hoping that I've kind of given you the idea of the Cavern Quarter and the fact that it's a little bit of a tourist trap, even midweek. At the weekend it gets much busier. Tomorrow, I think we might go over to Ropewalks, where people within Liverpool actually go out themselves. Okay, I'll see you in the morning, which, providing I don't die in my sleep from the cold because I can't figure out the heating system in the room, is about 8 hours away from me, but for you is now. And you and me are in a race against time to get on a boat, and then we're going to do the scariest thing we've ever done together.
That was before.
So we're off to get the famous, everything in Liverpool is famous, ferry across the Mersey, which is hard to say without actually singing the song. It was £13.50, it's now more than a ferry because it's a tourist attraction. It's going to take us up and down the river. I don't know what it's going to be, but yeah, tourists. Don't fully know where we get it from. I think that's it there. Royal Iris. It looks like it needs a wash, to be honest. Here's a queue of suckers. I think this is us. Now this is the boat we're getting on. It does look a bit like a headline waiting to happen. I think we'll just ignore the rust and the rotting wood, but I'm sure it's absolutely fine. If this footage is recovered from the bottom of the Mersey by search and rescue teams, and I want everybody to know I've had a good life and I regret nothing apart from getting on this bloody ferry. No one has come to wave us off. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come.
In the unlikely event of an emergency, you will hear 7 short blasts followed by one long blast.
So we've just been told if there's an emergency, or when there's an emergency, there will be 7 short blasts of a whistle and 1 long blast, and then we've all got to muster and get life jackets. I'll be honest with you, by the end of that first short blast of the whistle, I'm going to be in that boat at the back lowering myself into the water, and this lot can do whatever they need to do to survive. Now the ferry is actually used by commuters because the Mersey is very, very wide. There's a tunnel running under it somewhere, but that's for cars, not for passengers. So yeah, people do use it to commute, and you get a cheaper rate if you use it lots. So that's Everton's lovely new stadium, and the docks used to run all the way along the front there to, you know, get boats coming and going and profiting off precious colonialism. Right, the hardcore ferry riders seem to be out the front. It could get windy, this. I want to hang over the front like Jack and Rose, but everybody's watching. Ah, there's a handy layout of the boat, I assume for the first rescuers on board when they find the wreckage. I think that's where the tunnel comes out for the road. It's on the other side of that. That's all the ventilation and everything. Here everyone comes, more competitors for life jackets. The big ferry is getting loaded. That one goes over to Belfast. Regular viewers of the channel, if there is such a thing as regular viewers of this channel, will know that we were in Belfast for the last video. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. Stena Line, connecting Europe for a sustainable future. I'm quite jealous of how substantial their life raft is. It is absolutely beautiful today. There are toilets on board if that information is at all relevant to you. Future Phil will have found out what they are and will put the information on the screen for you now. Oh wow, so on Sunday it's going to be busy on here?
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday is going to be the stop there.
And then where will this boat go?
Back in the dock.
So I've just had a chat, from what I understand, this ferry gets retired in about 4 days' time. So apparently at the weekend it's going to be heaving for everybody going out on its final voyage. I hope it makes it that long. So that's taken over on Monday, is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realise that I was catching it at the end of its life. And then this is cool.
The evening cruises we do, like evening users.
Yeah.
It's going to be on this boat now once the new one comes out.
So when it's on commuter duties in the morning and the evening, it's just whizzing backwards and forwards straight across the river. But on tourist duties, it goes right up the end, then comes all the way back down, and you see the whole city. And yeah, 50 minutes all in. And I think we're mooring up now shortly, so we have survived. And there is a gift shop. It's quite Beatles heavy though. And there we go, we survived. Should you do the Mersey ferry if you come to Liverpool? Well, yes, I quite enjoyed it. Just don't come crying to me if you find yourself bobbing around in the Mersey, fighting an elderly person for a life jacket. This is the Beatles statue. I might have shown it to you yesterday, but we were in a full-on storm, so I don't know whether the footage was usable or not. Oh goodness me, we've got a lot of padlock nonsense here. Oh my goodness me, the padlocks go all the way down over there as well. As I said, the docks used to spread the full length of Liverpool, but a lot of them have been filled in and built on now. But back in the olden days, that's what made Liverpool the second richest city on the planet. The boat building, the trade, and all of that sort of stuff. And they built a lot of the boats for the slave trade. So that's kind of how the city got rich. But again, we won't bring the mood down with that. So this is Albert Dock, which is beautiful, and now because of tourists all sorts of businesses have popped up around the outside. If I seem in a heightened sense of awareness, it's because I am. We are going on the Ferris wheel. I don't like Ferris wheels, but it would be a dereliction of my duties to not take you on there with me. Let's have some fun. The Wheel of Liverpool. Oh, I could have got a luxury VIP capsule for just 100 quid. How often does it go catastrophically wrong? Never good. Oh, here we go. Oh, thank you very much. Well, hopefully I'll see you. Hopefully I'll see you again. So yeah, so here we go. There's our panic button, light. Oh, there's the lights, air conditioning, speak to operator. I can turn the commentary on and off. The guy who has encased me within my potential tomb watches the little video, so we had a nice chat. Apparently it was running yesterday in the high winds. I wanted to come to this first, but I wasn't going to go up there in 50 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour gusts. Not going to happen. This thing rocks around enough as it is. And we're off!
The Convention Centre. Since its opening in 2008, the venue has played...
Two things, it whizzes around and it rocks quite a lot. I don't think the camera's picking up how much it's rocking, but that's fine because I'm a grown-up and I can tolerate it. I think you saw it's £13 an adult to go on, and you get 10 minutes on it just whizzing around at pace. We've stopped to let other people on. At least I'm hoping we've stopped to let other people on, otherwise it's stuck and this video is going to take quite a miserable turn. Well, for me, for you, you'll find it hilarious watching me mentally collapse over several hours as the fire brigade shows up. We are pretty high, we're not ridiculously high, but we are high enough for it to make a hell of a mess should the gondola decide to break free of its bolts and hurtle to the ground with me inside. Yeah, I don't like being stationary. I want it to start moving again because the wind is rocking it around. Thank you, sweet Mary and Joseph. I genuinely, I really don't want to get stuck in this. Fourth time round. Are we stopping? We are! Yeah! There we go. It didn't go catastrophically wrong. Thank you. What an absolute rush. I think if you're visiting Liverpool with a budget of £13, then spend that on going on the ferry, not the wheel. In Liverpool, there are 3 or 4 tour bus operators, all operating different routes with varying degrees of the Beatles included, from a little bit of the Beatles right up to the thing being entirely the Beatles. They're all fantastic. We're going to go on the one which is sort of the award-winning one. Oh.
And 25 they gave away. They gave 25 songs away as well.
So called because it took a direct hit in 1941.
Liverpool was under siege in the early 40s. People often ask me that. What are the Beatles doing for Liverpool? Well, Paul McCartney owns that school over your right shoulder. That's where Ringo Starr lived, on your right, for the first 22 years of his life.
We all live in a yellow.
So this was 20 quid, I forgot to tell you. This is stop number 1, see if you can guess where we are.
You look great though, Lee. Like your stripy top. I like your blue.
About half the people didn't even get off the bus to have a photo taken with the Penny Lane sign. They're not very committed to the cause, but they're not the original signs. They're quite new signs, actually. It's quite a boring road, so I don't know why we're bothering, but...
If you still read...
Penny Lane Surgery used to be the bank. That's the bank now on your left. Penny Lane Surgery. If you're looking on your left again, George got his invite for audition to meet John Lennon in February 1958.
It's a brilliant tour. The problem is I can't show you too much of it because there's either copyright problems around the music being played, or I don't want to ruin any of the surprises or the punchlines because he's very, very entertaining, and yeah, I don't want to rob him of his moment should you come and do it. They're not even the real gates, they're replicas, but I'm not going to bring the mood down. There we go. That's John Lennon's house.
On your left, look.
That's John Lennon's house. Oh, God.
It's also where Lennon and McCartney wrote their first original songs.
I believe in yesterday, half the man I used to be.
Halfway down on the right, you'll see houses set back in the middle. You'll see solar panels on the roof, and then a red roof second to the end, just where the tree in bloom is. We can't stop, I'm afraid. But that's the road that Paul McCartney lived on from the age of 13 to 21. Applause for our driver downstairs, Kate, who's got us home safely.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm glad you came along.
Brilliant. Well, from a content point of view, that was a bloody nightmare because of copyright on the music and me not wanting to scupper tour guide Damien's act. But from an actual experience, brilliant. Couldn't recommend it more. 10 out of 10. I'm not even that into the Beatles. I like the Beatles, but they really do have an interesting story, and that's an hour and a half of getting it thrust into you. Raquel loves Jason. Jeepers creepers. From Hull to Liverpool, Raquel and Jason, true love forever, 2025. Grow up. So this hotel here is on the edge of the Cavern Quarter and is called A Hard Day's Night, and it's a Beatles themed hotel like ours is, but this one is over double the price. There's Ellen and Rigby. Back to the hotel that sings. No, it doesn't.
Let's sit.
Okay, we're now in the Baltic Triangle. I don't know much about this part of the city. I've never been here before, but I believe it to be the young and cool bit, so you and me will fit right in. There is an art bar over there. I don't quite know whether I've got the energy for that, and there's an adult-only crazy golf here. I definitely don't have the energy for that. On a weekend, I think this area would probably be chaos. Wherever you see sort of quite a lot of cash machines all next to each other, you know, there's a bit of a club scene. Oh my days, there's loads going on. That's a food hall in there. There is a box park up here. If you're not familiar with box parks, well, you'll see. They were supposed to be shipping containers all put together. Okay, hold tight. We're box parking. It was £6 for an IPA, and I've ordered burger from those people over there. I don't know how we've just ended up in a box park when there is a heaving food hall opposite, looking high quality and busy. But yeah, I think it's because I'm hungry. My decision making goes when I get hungry, and unfortunately you guys suffer the consequences as well. I can only apologise. Oh, this looks lovely. Tato tots, a burger and some sauce for just under 18 quid. If you watch my videos, then you're definitely cool enough to come to the Baltic Triangle, to the markets and the tap rooms and all of that. But I think it's more of a weekend type of place. I liked it. It's the biggest cathedral in the country, and they don't light it up at night. I've told you about my friend Pete, the lighting designer, before, and he'd do a lovely job lighting that up for the city of Liverpool if they want him to. I don't think he comes cheap. He's won awards, so yeah, I think he comes. I think he's expensive. Pete is. Maybe he might angrily message me saying he's desperate for work and he'll do it for free. I don't know. Oh. There's the Liverpool Philharmonic. There's something going on over there tonight. And this is the famous Philharmonic pub. It's a very historical pub, but it's mainly famous because a young Paul McCartney played in here. Now they charge £7.20 a pint. Pains me to say it, but that was a crap pub, even though it had the nickname The Phil. It just relies on its history. We're now in Ropewalks, which is kind of the party-loving bit of the city. It's 3 or 4 roads next to each other with all the restaurants and clubs and bars down. Unlike the Cavern quarter, it's not so much a tourist trap, it's kind of a trap for sort of everyone else, all the locals and stag do's and hen do's and all of that. It's at the weekend. It's like the Fall of Rope. Oh, a coyote ugly, shall we? Oh God, hold tight. I think over the years I've been into coyote uglies around the country about 4 times, but I've never stayed in one for more than a drink. So yeah, that probably says it all. And again, whenever you have a nightclub with a cash machine outside, you know what's going on. £4.90. Sorry, I've left you. We've got 2 penalty shootouts, Wales and Ireland. Yes! Come on! Wales up there and Ireland over there in knockout games for the World Cup finals. It's all a bit hectic. Oh. When you're on an evening out and you start seeing the drugs dogs, then you know you're probably in the wrong part of town. It's all starting to wake up a little bit now. Coyote Ugly is much busier. All of the late bars and clubs are starting to fill out. I do apologise about the last 2 hours. Basically, Northern Ireland, Ireland and Wales were all in crucial qualifying games for the World Cup. None of them got through. So what was a party atmosphere in that bar turned solemn quite quickly. Oh, it's all open now, and X in the City is open, and no, we're not going in there, you dirty-minded lot. The rain has literally started from nowhere, and as Ropewalks wakes up, we're getting out. It's 11:30. That's good enough for me over there. In brutal honesty, if you're here on a stag or a hen do, then go to the Cavern quarter early evening for about an hour or 2 hours, then venture into the city to a normal pub, and then when it gets to about 11 or 12, go and commit sin in the Ropewalks area. The rain is coming down. It's wet and miserable outside now. I'm going to get into bed and probably watch YouTube for an hour or two, but I'll see you in the morning, which for me is about 8 hours away roughly, but for you is now. And I don't want to be a negative Norman, but I do have a few gripes with the room, as you can probably tell, because I haven't been raining praise on the hotel constantly like I do in most videos. First up, the heating system, or lack of it, the air conditioning unit, it's had a complete falling out and divorce with this control panel here. Ignore the 22, it means nothing. I know that's on aircon now, but it literally doesn't change. You can put it onto automatic, it still doesn't do anything other than make a noise. It keeps resetting, which is fine because the ambient temperature outside while we've been here has been about 9 degrees, 10 degrees, which is about the temperature I like a room anyway. So, but just to ensure that I don't die in my sleep through the cold, I've been using the hairdryer. I know it's been many years since I've needed one of these, and I've kind of propped it up using various other things to sort of put a bit of warm air into the room as I get in. Sure, if I do that enough, it will start a fire, but at least the fire will contribute to warming the room for a brief period. At least the next thing is these rubbish little things here. They've got USBs by the side of the bed, no sockets either side. You can plug into these and they will show the device is charging, but no actual watts are going into whatever it is you want. So yeah, I love starting my day with my phone battery on 17%. It really gets me in the right frame of mind. The toilet, I won't show you too much of the bathroom because I've been using it for a couple of days. The system keeps refilling. The toilet doesn't fully shut off. So about every, 15 seconds, you might get to a minute if you're lucky, the system clicks on and refills. So when you're in bed, it sounds like there's someone doing clay pigeon shooting in the bathroom. I think that's pretty much it. All in all, a fairly crap hotel room. It's falling apart. I won't go around the corners. But anyway, at least there's pictures of the Beatles. And the staff, I mean, imagine like the friendlier end of a prison guard. That's kind of where we are. But anyway, it was a bit cheaper. If you like the Beatles and you like a building to be falling apart around you, I couldn't recommend it more. And we're in a premium room. Goodness me, I don't know what the normal people get. Oh, and the 90 odd quid a night didn't include breakfast. You have to pay extra for breakfast. God knows what the breakfast is. Probably gravel and birdseed, I don't know. The rain is coming down and the plan now is basically to speedrun as many landmarks and attractions as possible. Our arrival at the Anglican Cathedral couldn't have been any worse. We've timed it with a coat. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. She is a beauty. Now, with my short form travels, I've been into most cathedrals in the country now, and this is way bigger than any of them. The internal space, you could have a good roller disco in here. It's free to get into, but they encourage a donation. I went for the middle of the road at £10. If you can hear that noise, that's a guy playing with his organ in the corner. Grow up. This is one of those places that other YouTubers would get sort of a 1 hour video out of on its own. So we're not going to get too bogged down in it, even though it is absolutely spectacular. You've got to come up here, but we are going to go up the tower. You have to pay £7, £7.50 for that. Right, we're going to get going because that coach party's now in. I don't want to be going up the tower with them. So we go into the gift shop and then we say we want to go up the tower, apparently. We are going up above that somehow. I have superhuman fitness.
Yeah.
So a lift to 4, then some stairs, then another lift, and then a load of stairs up to the tower. Cannot wait. £7 this was. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So that's the ceiling that I just pointed up to. Then we go up to 10. I don't know whether we can go to any of the others. Okay. Right. So we're now in the bell chamber, grow up, and all of the bells have got names, and they're all the different notes, and there they are. There are the bells. Oh, wow. Oh, I like that. God, it's a big space. There we go with the stairs. I know I've made the observation in the past that most of these YouTube videos are us walking upstairs together, but it does feel like that. Hello.
The best job in the building.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. Okay, oh wow. Don't worry, you're tied onto my wrist. Oh my goodness me. So this is it, at the top of the cathedral. There's a lady in a little shed there to make sure no one's mischievous. Oh, dear, 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 dear. So that is the Catholic Cathedral, nicknamed the Wigwam, and off in the distance is Anfield, Liverpool Stadium, and behind that is Goodison, which is still being used for women's football and various other things, because Everton Stadium is down by the docks now. So two things, the cathedral isn't actually that old. They only finished building it about 50 or 60 years ago, I think. And we're not that high technically, it's 100 metres up, but because the cathedral's on top of a hill overlooking the city, it feels like you're much higher. And I've got to be honest, that's me done. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is incredible. Look at the steps and the walkway going down over there. It kind of reminds me of when the Fellowship was chased through Moria. I'm always nervous giving actual travel advice because we're all into different things, but I think if you're visiting Liverpool, the cathedral and going up the tower, providing you can do the stairs, is a must visit. We are in Chinatown, if you haven't guessed. Hello, you two. You off to annoy people today? You know what this video's gone about 10 minutes without, don't you? Yep, a Beatles reference, so let's fix that. The Beatles Story, Liverpool. Don't worry, you will get an abridged version. What you're about to see was £20 before any of the add-ons. We'll come on to that. Very much. I thought I had to pay for them.
No, it's alright. If you want to make your way down, you can bring to finish just there, then you get another.
One of the reasons for its popularity was that it was cheap and you could buy instruments.
I actually sang in Abbey Road Studios a couple of years ago. A load of us recorded a charity single, went to go for Christmas #1. That's a long story. That's for another time. It did get to #1 in the downloads, #1 in the global, but about number 27 or 29 in the actual charts. It was all a bit of a hoo-ha because we did it last minute. But yeah, I'll tell you the full story in another place at another time. These aren't the real ones. I mean, this is supposed to be the rooftop of Savile Row where they did the gig. I mean, come on. You're basically paying 20 quid to listen to the audio guide as you walk around looking at mainly tacky props. There is some memorabilia in here, but it's few and far between. I don't really know who this is for, because if you are a proper Beatles fan, then you're not really going to learn anything new here, and you're not going to see that much which is impressive. And if you're not a Beatles fan, then it goes way too in depth with so much stuff, and the photo opportunities are just all a bit tacky. I mean, good luck to them, they clearly make a lot of money. I never like to give you guys a hard pass on something, but the Beatles Story, do not bother. 20 quid, if you're into the Beatles, you're not really going to learn anything new, and it's all a little bit tacky. And if you're not into the Beatles, then you'll be bored within seconds, and it's quite tacky. There's so much to do Beatles related in Liverpool. Then get out there, you can step into it. You can go and see the places. You don't need to go through that crappy set. The Museum of Liverpool. Should we rattle through it? This was free, so it's already 50 times better than the Beatles Story. And all we've done is walk up the steps so far. Oh my goodness, you really get a scale of how many docks there were. So a lot of these have been filled in now and built on. But yeah, in the olden days, there was a lot going on. If you can think of anything to do with either history or Liverpool or both, then this is the place. Oh, this is quite cool. It's all famous children of Liverpool. There's Paul O'Grady. My friend Chris does an unbelievable Paul O'Grady impression. Jamie Carragher, who, you know, he's a very average footballer. Stevie Gerrard, he was better than average. Yeah, Billy Fury down there. Who else have we got? Oh, Stephen Graham. Unbelievable. Kenny Everett, John Bishop, Craig Charles. They're all up there. And some football has made its way into the video. Oh, this is a nice spot. There's the ferry over there. Do you remember our lovely time together? Surviving the ferry. Surprise, surprise, as Scylla would say, the Beatles have their own section, but I am not going to inflict any more of those four on you. Oh, this is quite cool. The liver birds on top of the liver building when we went up the other day. And here's one here, the actual size of it. I go up to its arse, basically. That's how big they are. Liverpool is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We've spoken in other posts about how those are decided, but we won't get back into that now. The Museum of Liverpool, absolutely fantastic. Way too much going on for me to focus in on anything, but yeah, you could burn a couple of hours in here if you're fascinated by it all. We're going to take a little bit of a 10-minute diversion because there is a motion capture project by the Liverpool John Moores University. They saw me walking by and they thought that looks like a man who needs investigating on his movement. Oh my god, am I going to have to squat down like that? Oh dear, I should have worn my looser jeans. You're not exactly in like the epicentre of footfall doing this.
Tell me about it.
Is this just the space that you could get?
This is the spaces that we get, and then it's just they sort out where we can go.
Well, that was very good of me. I gave 10 minutes of my time to help the university with their research project on movement. They didn't seem particularly crazy when I said, oh, do you mind if I film it? So, yeah, I just had to stand in the middle of all those sensors and do things like squat down, jump up, walk forward, walk back. I mean, I was very, very good at it. I'm a natural. Right, back we go. Let's see if they've still got my bag. Well, grabbing my bag and finally walking out of that hotel felt a little bit like being released from prison. That beautiful building over there is the World Museum, which is a lot of natural history and stolen antiquities and various other things. I am not inflicting it on you on this trip. We've done enough museums. There we go. Does she look like she's going to cause us any trouble tonight? Hopefully not. Brakes are a bit squeaky, but I'm sure they work if they need to. As on the outward leg, we are premium because it was cheaper. Nope, me neither. It's a quiet train, there's not many people on it, and we're making good pace through the frozen Midlands. I'm happy. And we're in London. I've now got to do battle with its rush hour to get back over to the paradise of Surrey, but you don't need to worry about that. Your shift is over. You're off the clock. Should you go to Liverpool? Yes. Couple of nights, couple of days, you'll have a great time. There's a load of history, some of it quite dark. Great nightlife, loads to do. if you like the Beatles, it will be the best couple of days of your life, I promise you that. The only thing I would say is do a little bit more research than I did on what hotel you're staying in, and check the football fixtures, because if Liverpool are playing on a big European night or it's a Merseyside derby, then your whole visit will have a slightly different vibe to it. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already, bell icon, drop a comment, you can do that, hit like, and yeah, I will see you on the next trip, wherever it may be.